In this video, I'm going to explain about how to project legends when you draw a line graphs using Matplotlib library. So first I will open IDLE tool and create a new Python file. Say blank file is created. The first thing is we need to import the required library, that is Matplotlib library. And inside there is one more submodule is there, that is also we need pyplot, and we assign a meaningful alias name that is called plt. Yeah, so wherever I need matplotlib.pyplot, instead of writing the entire thing, then I can simply replace that with plt. That is the main use of aliasing. And first I want to plot a graph. Since last video, if I want to plot a line graph, I represented all x coordinates on an x list called x, all y coordinates on a list called y. So I pass the x list and y list as arguments to the plot function. So we draw a plot line graph by using the x coordinates and y coordinates without using a separate list items for the x coordinates and separate list item for the y coordinates. By using a time interval also we can use. I will show you how we can do it. So 5 comma 55 given, okay, and plot dot show to draw a plot. If you want to watch the output of a line graph or any graph, we need to access the function called show function. Plot function is used to draw a line graph. So in the previous example, in place of these two, I passed the x coordinates name and y coordinates list name. This time I am not separately assigned an x coordinate values and y coordinate values. Directly I am passing an interval. So how it is going to represent? I will save this program. So this is about legend. Okay. This is about legend. I will run this program. See a simple line graph drawn, projected by considering the values that are given there. 5 comma 15 means it is randomly splitted intervals like 5 comma 15 means from 6 onwards, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 up to this one. Similarly, it splits up the x coordinate values also. Based on that, it will plot a line graph. Now, so like this, I want to plot three different graphs in the same, three different line graphs in the same graph. Please observe here 5 comma 15 one interval, suppose 10 comma 30 one more interval like given 10 comma 30, and suppose 25 to 65 one more interval like given. Here I want to display the first line graph using dash, okay, and coming to the second one I want to plot another graph using colon symbol, that means dot dot, and I want to plot the third line graph using another symbol that is called single dash or dash dot again. Now I will save this. Once we made any changes to the original one, we need to save it and rerun the program. See, there are three different graphs or appeared, three different lines are appeared in a single graph. Why? Because I accessed the plot function three times by passing different time intervals, and I passed different line shapes. So okay, for the first one I used double dash, next one I used dot dot, next one I used dash and dot. Now, if I want to give some labeling for this one, what is the first line is representing? Suppose if it is representing rice item, what is the next line is representing? Suppose if it is representing oil item. So we need to assign some labeling. This labeling is not for x-axis and y-axis. Please remember, this labeling is we assign for each line that is plotted in that graph. So for example like this. So save this one, rerun the program. So there is syntax. Forget to provide the comma here. Yes. See this one. But where is that wheat? Where is that oil item? Where is that rice item? Because I used three labelings: rice, oil, and wheat. So which line is representing rice item? Which line is representing wheat? Which line is representing oil? Okay. So if I want to get them as part of this output, then there is an importance of listen we can observe. So plt dot listen, there is a function called listen function. If you access it, then it will draw another small information about the complete graph, that is called listen. You see how it is going to display the legend part in this graph. You can see the top left side of this graph, there are three items are represented. The first item is called rice, the next dotted are represented oil item, dash and dot line is representing wheat item, and only dash, okay, that is representing rice side. So this box is called legend. So if you want to get, previously I did not get this legend, now in this output I got it. How? Because I accessed a function called legend function. If I remove this function, then that box will disappear. So that is the importance of legend function when you are plotting multiple things. And one more thing is here, this label is related to line, not related to x-axis and y-axis. If you want to assign a meaningful label for x-axis, then we can access the x-axis. Okay, suppose x label. Similarly, if you want to assign a meaningful name for y label or y-axis, we need to access a function called y label. As I told you that which parameter we are representing on x-axis, which parameter we are representing on y-axis. Suppose if you are representing ages, then you have to assign x label as age. If you are representing weights of the persons, then you have to represent y-axis as weights. Some meaningful name. Similarly, if you want to assign a common title for the graph, there is a function called title. Okay. So my second graph. This is a second demo program. So I assign like my second graph now. So save this one. Somewhere as by label. Sorry, here in y label L is missing actually. Okay, the mistake was here, typing mistake, so I will correct it now. Just wait. Okay, so now we will go to this. You see, so on x-axis there is a label that is assigned x label. On y-axis there is another label assigned that is called y label. And for the entire graph I assigned a common title that is called my second graph. And if you see, observe the listen part. This is called rice item. This is representing oil item. This is representing wheat item. And by default it assigns different colors for each and every line graph. I nowhere I specified green color, nowhere I specified red or orange color, nowhere I specified blue color. But by default, how many different lines I'm using? By default, the Python interpreter of Matplotlib library will assign a different color for each and every plot. So in this way, we can draw different plottings on a single graph, and we can also represent what is each and every line is representing with the help of a legend function. So this is the importance of legend function in Matplotlib library.